Okay guys, so we'll keep working on the backend of our edit function. We're coming back to our development environment, and here I'll create another file, PHP file, which I will name as update user. Very good. So this PHP will be responsible. This file is responsible for updating user related information in the server. Okay, so as you remember, usually what we're doing is the step one, we are checking or receiving past information to current file. So we started as usual with the if statement. If I'll put the round brackets, then curly brackets, and in the round brackets I will write if empty $sample underscore request and square brackets then quotation marks. Here we'll put ID. Then we're coming out from the square bracket and round bracket. Then we put vertical dashes, which states for or. We'll write empty $sample underscore request and square brackets then quotation marks email. Then again vertical dashes empty. Then again we're writing exactly in the same way, requests, then square brackets, then quotation marks, first name, and etc. for all other values. Then after first name we have a last name, empty requests, square brackets, quotation marks, last name, then again or. Here in Access you can see we have email, first name, last name, birthday, and gender. Then we keep going empty, request, square brackets, quotation marks, birthday. I can put a break here to separate it. Then again we'll write or empty, $sample underscore request, square brackets, quotation marks, gender. Here we go. And then in the curly brackets, in case if one of these values are empty, we want to return first the status, which will be 400 for the error, and we want to return the message, which will be missing required information. And don't forget to put semicolon. Here what we're doing, we want to echo this as a JSON encode. And we want to return, we don't want to execute it further. So after we are checking, this is only the check one, after we're checking that did we receive the values which are passed or not, then we need to cast the values in the safe way. So I would say we need to secure information and store in variables. Okay, first we have an ID. I'll write $sample ID equals to HTML entities. And here we're making request, we're making the reference to the received ID. Request square brackets, quotation marks, ID. Then we have the same, we're doing the same for the email. Then the same we're doing for the first name. I'll create a separate variable. And here we're receiving first name. Then we're doing the same for the last name. We're making the reference to the last name. Then we are doing the same for the birthday. And the last, we're doing the same for the gender. Okay, if you were copy pasting this, make sure that ID stays for ID, email for email, first name for first name, last name for last name, birthday for birthday, and gender for the gender. Okay, so here we have completed the step 1 of this code. Total we'll be having approximately 6 steps in this video. Okay, very good. So the second step, as you remember guys, this is to establish the connection. I'll write here step 2, establish connection. And as you remember, the first what we need to do, we need to include the library. We're doing it just require, then round brackets, and then some quotation marks. We write reference to our access.php file, and we're doing it in a very simple way. We write secure /access.php. Then we create a new variable with name access, which will store the construction of the class. Access host name, as you remember, it was localhost. User, it was root. Password, there was no password. And the name of the database, it was FB for Facebook. So since we have constructed the class, then we need to execute connect function. That is the one. Okay, so the connection here is established. Okay, so then we have got the third step, which has update the user. Step number 3, update user information. And here we can execute. We're going to the access and the function which we wrote in the previous video, which is update user. Email for email, first name for first name, last name, birthday, and etc. Here we go. So we are now executing this function, and I want to assign the result of this execution to a new variable, which we will name as a result. Excellent. And what we want to do is here we want to write an if statement. If open and close round brackets and open curly brackets. And in the round brackets we'll write if result, then means here it means updated successfully. And there we can write and there will be an else statement where, let's say, the error happened. Else cannot update, for example. Okay, so we're going back to the step where we have updated everything successfully. So if the result is received back with a positive response, then means everything is done very well. So here immediately I would like to return a message. Return status will be 200, and the return message will be user is updated successfully. And semicolon at the end. Very good. And the next check which I would like to make is I'd like to check if the password is to be for edit or not. Okay. So here we write if, then open and close round brackets, and then open curly brackets. If request, open square brackets, and then quotation marks. And here we make a reference to new password. If new password equals to, let's say true, then here we want to update our password. And first of all, we want to receive our password. We create a variable password, and then we pass it through HTML entities, and we receive password. And then we have a salt. Salt equals to, we'll generate a new salt, open SSL underscore random pseudobytes. Here is 20. Very good. And then we've got the database password. DB password equals to sh1. And here we write password dot salt. I've explained the logic of this in the registration section. And then we'll create a new variable. Password changed equals to access. Then we'll put an error. Update password. ID for ID. Here should not be password. Here should be DB password. And then we have a salt. And don't forget to put semicolon at the end. Then we want to check was it successful or not. We'll write again if statement if round brackets and curly brackets, and in the round brackets we'll write password changed. If it is changed, then return password. Under the key password we will write password is changed successfully. Very good. So I can walk you through this logic of the code. So from the app or from the front end, we'll be sending a request to the backend. If the password is changed, we'll send password has been changed equals true. Then here, what we're doing, we are first of all, we are receiving what is the current password. Let's say 1234. Then we're generating salt. We're generating the salt, and that we are creating a new password, which is super secure password, which 123 and randomly concatenated with let's say some like randomly generated 20 bytes. And then we update the password where ID equals, for example, 22. We're putting a new database password, and we're keeping the salt also in order to read the password while logging in. And we assign the result of this update execution to the password change variable. If password changed variable, everything is fine there is some positive response, then we want to return a message which will tell to the user password is changed. Okay. Here we can, this one, it will be step 4 by the way. Step 4, update password. Here what we're doing here, we are receiving new password. Then we are generating new salt. Then we are generating new super secure password. And here we are updating password in database. And if it is successfully happened, then we're returning this message. So step 4 is done. Now we're moving to the step 5. Okay, so we can just now test it. So it's Joseph. Let's write here hello mail.com, and it says missing required information. Let's check what exactly is missing. We'll print out first of all the body. We'll try to print the body. Print body. Yeah. We'll just now build and run again. So, and here is this. So we got no optional value. Yes, it's the birthday. birthday. So as you remember, guys, for the birthday we should not use the text fields text, because here we're showing April space 14 comma. We need to use a proper date format, so we'll write date picker dot date. This is a proper date format to be stored in the server, and we're going to edit here. I'll write hello mail.com, and again it says that something is missing. We'll just go through ID, email, first name, yeah, last name. Where is our last name? I think I missed it, yeah. And last name equals to left slash open and close round brackets, and here we're making the reference to the last name. Okay, now it must be fine. We are checking hello@mail.com. And here we go, everything is changed. Here is our new email, very good. And when we update our user, so the hello email is changed. Excellent, guys. And what if, let's say, let's try to change every single parameter. Here I'll put 81, and let's say April 1st. Save it, very good, it got saved. And we see it's why it says 31. It got saved. This is our new birthday. Yeah, here we go. Now it's getting saved. So this is how it works, guys. We can even change the James Joseph. See how beautiful it looks. James Joseph. And let's save it. Wow, excellent. This is what exactly we wanted. And here I'll just give it back, James. Very good. And the last one will be, once it is saved, to show the alert that it is saved. So we can do it by writing, let's say we can write an alert, show alert, information has been saved or completed. Information has been saved, and to show it in the current view controller, yeah. And here definitely we need to parse it. We need to do one if statement there. So let's say Joseph 1. Yeah, there should not be any completed information has been saved. Like this. And we must use an if statement. So let's say if parsed JSON in the round brackets in the square brackets will access status as being string equals to 200, then show it like this. Like this. Show alert once saved. Okay, so that's really amazing. Or you can write your success, up to you. Or James completed, information has been saved. Very good. So this is how we guys update the user related information, and the last step will be to update the pictures, to update the user related pictures. So that's really amazing job, guys. Congratulations, well done.